Cooking with Steve.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Cooking with Steve. We have a special edition today. It's the summer, it's hot as heck outside, and we are going to celebrate that by making a salad. Yes, I said a salad. You might be thinking to yourself, really? He's going to videotape himself making a salad? Any moron can make a salad. Yes, any moron can make a salad, that is true. However, not any moron can make this salad. We are going to, let me show you what we've got first of all. Avocados, cucumber, red onion, half of a lime, shallot, that's like a hybrid between garlic and an onion. This was picked by a safari person as he traveled down to Antarctica. These only grow in Antarctica, but they do sell them at your local grocery store and they're very inexpensive. Extra virgin olive oil, balsamic vinegar, yes, this is the expensive stuff. This is made out of grapes, aged in oak for thousands of years before they bottle it. Mozzarella cheese, chicken, tomatoes, a little bit of honey, salt, and some other seasonings I'll get to later, parsley, corn in a blender, raspberries, and strawberries. So, I'm going to get a few things together. First thing we're going to get together, lettuce, forgot the lettuce. We're going to use a combination of romaine, which is already cut for us, although I would have bought the whole things, but they didn't have them, and the remaining half of a head of iceberg lettuce from some hamburgers we had a couple days ago. First thing I'm going to start out with is making the salad dressing. We are making that from scratch. The reason being because we're also going to marinate the chicken in it. So we're going to take a break here. I'm going to get things all set up for that, and we'll come back in just a minute. Welcome back to Cooking with Steve, the special summer salad edition. We are getting ready to make our salad dressing here that we're also going to use to marinate the chicken. This is what a shallot looks like once you take the skin off. Throw that into our vintage blender, which we received as a gift from my father-in-law. This blender is approximately 50 years old.
After our good one broke.
After our good one broke, while my lovely wife Stephanie RN made many, many smoothies in it. Take your half of a lime, squeeze that bad boy in there, right on top of the shallot. We're going to take a little bit of honey, not too much, just like that. That was actually pretty much. Maybe, let's just go ahead and make it about a quarter cup. Fair enough, okay. About a quarter cup of honey. Let's do a little bit of salt. Keep in mind we don't need a ton of salt. There we go. Alright, raspberries. Grab a handful of them. Like that. We don't want too many because we're going to throw some of these on the salad too, but grab a handful, wash them up like that, throw them in the blender. Alright, and what else do we got here? Okay, so we got our lime in there. Alright, so balsamic vinegar. When you're making a salad dressing, it's typically about 2 to 1 oil versus vinegar. That would be 2 parts oil, 1 part vinegar. So we're out of that bottle. Let's open up a new one here. These things aren't exactly user friendly, but we'll make it work. There we go. We're making a lot of salad dressing because we also got to marinate the chicken. Roughly half a bottle. Don't have much of that left. There we go. Alright, lid on the blender and let's blend it. And there you have a salad dressing. Oh, that is good stuff. We're gonna dump, powerful. We're gonna dump a little bit of it on our chicken here to marinate it. This we're gonna set aside. Actually, we're going to put this in the refrigerator to use when we finish preparations here. So, we're going to come right back. Chicken is now marinating, and I'll show you where we go, how we put together the salad. See you in just about 4.5 minutes. Welcome back. You may be thinking to yourself, Steve, you forgot to put the parsley into the salad dressing. And you would be correct. Here's the parsley, here's the salad dressing. Salad dressing now done. We're just gonna leave the parsley off the chicken. It's just a marinade, doesn't really matter. So again, we're setting this in the refrigerator until it's time to prepare the salad completely. We'll come right back to you in about 4 minutes. See you then. Welcome back to Cooking with Steve. A few things. We've done many things since we last spoke. First, I wanted to go over a life hack. As I mentioned on my last video, when you use lemons and limes, you put them in the garbage disposal and grind them up, and it makes your kitchen smell citrusy fresh. Okay. Number 2, I have a coffee stain on my shirt that I did not realize prior to starting to film this episode, so I apologize for my appearance today. Moving on. So here's what we've done. Okay, we sliced up very thinly sliced cucumber, very thinly sliced and halved half of that red pepper. Cut the corn off the cob. Actually, I'm going to start with that. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil on that, like that. Little bits of salt. A little bit of pepper. This is just black pepper, nothing fancy, just good old American pepper. Give it a good mix. Throw it on the stove here. We're going to put it on the stove on, let's say, 3/4 power. I must give credit to a friend of mine. His name is Dominic. He lives in Kansas with his lovely wife and his lovely little child. He encouraged me to do a little bit better on the marketing of Cooking with Steve. So therefore, I will put in the lower here below, you're going to see an Instagram and a Twitter page. I bring him up because he mentioned I also need to say how high I put the stove on when I cook on the stove. Okay, so moving on. So we got our corn going. After that goes a little bit, we're gonna put the tomatoes in there, hit it with a little honey, then we're gonna finish that part. I will give credit to my wife at this point, who showed me a much more efficient way to chunk an avocado. So you got half of an avocado. You go like this with your knife. I actually messed it up because I went through the skin, but you're not supposed to. You actually cube it while it's in there, and grab that spoon and then get it out of the shell like that, and it's already chunked. She's better at it than I am, but you get it. Alright, so we're good there. We got our avocado here ready to go. Also, we got our strawberries and raspberries in a bowl. I did slice the strawberries like that. Raspberries I left whole. I'm going to hit these with a little bit of balsamic while we're waiting. If you know anything about Italy and like other stuff, you will know that balsamic vinegar actually goes really well with berries. It sounds a little strange. And also, this is a bowl. You may notice it looks a little bit like Shrek, that movie guy. We got this by sending in the tops of cereal boxes from a cereal. Okay, so we're actually ready to go. We're actually pretty caught up here. We're gonna take a little break and we'll come back when the corn starts cooking a little bit further on. Then I'm gonna add the tomatoes and I'll kind of catch you up with everything from there. While we're waiting, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump the romaine lettuce and I'm gonna cut up that iceberg lettuce and I'm gonna put it in this big pot, and I'll explain to you when we come back. See you in a few minutes. Welcome back to Cooking with Steve. Our corn is nice and warm and it has been cooked a little bit. I'm going to add these tomatoes on here and we're going to get these cooked down just a little bit. We're not cooking these very much, just a little bit. Kind of just softening them up a little bit. While you were gone, we cut up the lettuce, put it in there and mixed it all around with the romaine. Also, I got the grill turned on because we're going to be cooking the chicken here in just a second. So what we're going to do here, got that warm. What we're going to do now, take a little bit more honey and squirt it there. Not too much. That looks good to me. And you got to keep this moving because the idea is you don't want to burn the honey. In just a second here, seriously, maybe about a minute, I'm going to take this completely off of the stove and let it cool down. It smells really good, by the way. Alright, so 30 seconds from now, I'm going to take this off of the grill. We're going to take this off of the stove. We're going to take a break for the sake of time, and we'll come back to you when the chicken is all finished. There's nothing fancy going into grilling chicken. If you can't do that, watch one of my other many other videos where I have grilled chicken. If you still can't figure it out, you probably need to look up a different video because this is way too complicated for you. Alright, see you in just a few minutes. Cooking with Steve, you have joined us for grill time. As you can see, our grill is in bad shape here. However, it still works. Got our chicken on, like flat side down to start. Then we're gonna flip it over here in just a few minutes, make sure it cooks all the way through. Alex is playing in his pool. Ava just got done playing in the pool. Not sure why she's got white stuff all over her face. But yeah, so we'll come back to you. Come back to you in just a couple of minutes here when we pull our chicken off. We'll slice it up and we'll put the entire salad together. See you for putting salad together time. See you then. Hello and welcome back to Cooking with Steve and Ava and little Alejandro. Alright, construction time here on our salad. We got a pot with our lettuces in it. We're going to start by putting cucumbers, onions, a couple more cucumbers. We are then going to put our raspberries and strawberries in there, and our corn tomato mixture, which we did strain about half of the liquid out of the corn and tomato mixture. Alright, we're going to go in there with our hands. This is going to wilt the lettuce a little bit just because of the mixture that was already on there. We're waiting to put, we are waiting at this point to put the avocado in because obviously the more you touch it, the more it smears around. Gonna get a little bit of this mozzarella cheese in here. Yes, yes. Mozzarella is a product of Italy. That was flown in directly for this salad preparation on Cooking with Steve. We're not going to overdress the salad with the dressing. Here we don't have much of it. I'd say maybe a half, probably a quarter of a cup of the dressing right here. So we got that. And we are going to put our avocados in now. So we're going to give this one more mix around with our hands, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how we we'll come back when it's all plated up with the chicken on top, and it'll be tasting time. See you then.
Welcome back to Cooking with Steve. Can I put more dressing on it?
Thank you, Alex.
You see here.
Welcome back to Cooking with Steve. You have joined us for tasting time. My beautiful wife, Stephanie DRN, just gave you a close-up of our summer salad. Let's start with Bubba. How's it taste?
This is delicious.
Well, you didn't take a bite yet.
Oh.
So let's see you take a bite.
This is delicious.
No.
Alex, what do you think, buddy?
So good. I mean, so delightful.
Very cool. All right, Abe, what do you think?
So good.
That might be the best salad I've ever had in my life. Seriously, very, very good. Thank you for joining us today on Cooking with Steve. Look below in the description section and join my Instagram page. Also, follow me on Twitter. It's Cooking with Steve, as you'll see below. Please share this video with everybody you know. Like the video, leave some comments, and subscribe to the page. Thanks again for watching Cooking with Steve. See you next time.
Cooking with Steve.